Good afternoon. It's April the 4th, 2017. Time to wrap up another day of trading and take a look at the overnight markets and possibilities for tomorrow's trading. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we came in today on the E-mini basically wanting to sell 50 to 55s. This was our number 2, and we had hoped to buy the 45-47 area and then 40-42. So we had basically 40 to 45 was support, resistance was 50 to 55. Got a couple of good trades out of the 55 area. One is still to develop. I had one shot on a resting limit order in here to get in at 47. First trade of the day was a mean green plus, S plus, B plus, a little triple bottom, B right here, plus, retest failure with a great deal of patience, a plus, small plus, mean green trade once again, and the mean green trade right here, that was the trade of the day. For whatever the reason, the big guys are buying, and I don't know if it's the Fed or if it's just large institutions awaiting the Trump tax plan. My guess is it's probably the latter right now. I just don't think that the Fed's going to fall over themselves to do much to help this administration. Okay, we have an inside bar. That usually means trading range. I would imagine that's what we'll be looking at tomorrow. Looking at our F2 screen, going to be a P. And a fairly strong one. So our trade's the same: 55, 57, sell 1, 59, 61, sell 2, 49, 51, buy 1, and 45, 47, buy 2. Tomorrow's news: ISM services at 57. That would be supported for indexes. ADP employment at 170. It's a good number. They'd like it closer to 190. Don't be surprised if it comes in higher than forecast. And then we'll have crude inventories after tonight's APIs. And I haven't heard back from Rich, but I do believe he is on tomorrow. Going to talk about crude. May have to go back to gold to have something to talk about. And Rich usually doesn't trade the inventory report days because of you're looking at 30-40 ticks before it hits, and then it can be explosive afterwards, and you have the imbalances created by that explosive move on the news. That happens sometimes. Okay, treasuries, we guessed those right this morning. We thought that the high could have been in, and one of the biggest hints that we had on that is that the 10-year was outperforming the 30-year into the market's opening, and that's never a good sign for a rally in treasuries. The 30-year would be leading the 10-year if that were the case. So we have a higher low, higher high. We can trade higher. We're going to look at nothing but B's. We get to today's structure, and again, tomorrow's activity is going to be dependent upon what the E-mini does. Okay, again, we talked about it. W and X in Globex can often be the high, especially after we've had a strong move. They'll push it up. They'll get stops in Asia, stops in Europe, and they'll take it up one more time before the day session opens. And right here you can see that the market sold pretty much right off the opening. We definitely have a B right here. I've seen stronger Bs. Volume is above time. We'd like to have volume below time, but that's not the case today. So looks like we're headed lower. Going to test the 24-28 area, so 29.25 by 1 and 17.21 by 2. On the sell side, 3 to 7 sell 1, 11 to 15 sell 2. Looking at the 30-year. Pretty quiet day. I didn't have a lot of range. We did have a beautiful trade off the opening that set up nicely. Got a very, very weak close right here. So 24.28 that we talked about at least 2 hours ago is number 1, 31 to 03 sell 1. And we'll make 7 to 11 sell 2. On the buy side, 12 to 16, number 1. So 5 to 9 by 1. 29 to 01 by 2. Okay, I saw where Paul Ryan has said, don't get in a hurry for Obamacare at the end of the week. So I don't know if we're going to get a vote on Friday. Doesn't look like it. Have to wonder whose side Ryan's on. I think he's on the Washington, D.C. Establishment side. That guy is a creature of Washington, no matter how good a press he gets. Went to Washington, D.C. after college and has never left. You know, back in the 60s and 70s, nobody would think about going to Washington, D.C. to get rich or wealthy. It just wasn't even part of anyone's thinking. That wasn't where you went to go create and do things. And back in the old days, our best and brightest went into business, but that's not the case now. These I see it everywhere. Kids in their 20s trying to get a foot in their door, the government door, by sitting on some commission, some agency, getting elected to the state, getting elected at the city level, getting elected at the county level. And they figured out that that's how they're going to get their bread buttered, is better perks, shorter hours, and guaranteed to be a millionaire if you can make it to Washington, D.C. and survive for 6 years. Okay, I have an outside day here on crude. Strong close. Got this low volume number up at 51.85 right now. We've got the start of the selling at 52.80, so, and a tractor at 53.24. So $5 range, 47 takes us to 52 plus. We'd be close to it up here. This screen tells you to look to buy it. And looking at our F2 screen, had a strong market up, double distribution up. We had P's behind us. You even see it right here on that split. So a couple of P's coming in. Structure said trade from the long side, and that was the correct side to trade from. Well, we're here at resistance. We did not, so we've got a high at 15, I believe. So 51 and a quarter is sell 1. 51.50, 51.75, sell 2. The buy side, 50.50, 50.75 by 1. 50 even, 50 and a quarter by 2. Okay, we have the APIs tonight. I didn't see what the swag was for those. They're always all over the map. So whatever that news is, that'll set us up for tomorrow. And looking at gold. Trying to trade up, having a hard time at 65. So higher low, higher high. We're going to look at a B on the daytime activity. Can we bust the 1255 area? So supports at 55. It is a B. Maybe it stops below 55 for buy 1. It stops below 50 for buy 2. On the sell side, 59 to 61, sell 1, 64, 66, sell 2. Stock market sells, gold trade higher. Stock market rally, gold will trade lower, or should. To a point, but inflation is starting to be talked about more and more. Europe is exceeding, even officially, their inflation goals. And the United States unofficially is exceeding their inflation goals, but officially our statistics don't show inflation. And that's because they cherry pick for what they're going to count as inflation. Okay, looking at the euro finished a bit lower, didn't really break today. So we have a lower high, lower low, look for a place to sell it. And looking at our F2 screen. Yeah, pretty square. Rejected prices below 106.80, and right now we had a 15 to 25 sell, so we'll leave that. Sell 1. Bottoming out, you can see the loss of momentum, so you want to have signs of sellers with you trading in Europe before you get short, and then 45, 55 for sell 2. And on the buy side, looks like 80 to 90 buy 1. And then we'll make 50 to 60 buy 2. I don't think the market will rally if we can take out that 80 area. So that does it for the 4th. We'll get after it again tomorrow morning. And hopefully we'll be able to ring the bell once again. Sometimes it takes a while, but there's money there for you if you keep putting the trades on. Y'all have a great evening. We still have wet feet here. Rains are supposed to stop tomorrow. We'll see if that actually happens. I'm out of here.